Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where I yap while I do some sound design. And today's topic, as you can probably tell from the title, is mashups, alright? Now, first off, I'm just going to start recording in Edison so we can capture this sound design jam for later. And let me know if you guys want to see a sample pack of this later. I'm just doing one design jam daily. And yeah, as far as today's sound design technique goes, I'm gonna see how far I can go with a single sine wave. So I'm just gonna do this. Actually, matter of fact, let's go even more extreme than that. Let's just make this thing a pluck, all right? That should be good. And I'm just gonna draw in a note in the MIDI, which, let's go 3x loss. Got it. Let's put this in and let's start. Now, I wanted to start by saying that mashups are kind of my things. I've been doing this for maybe 7 or 8 years now. I've been a part of the Monster Cat Mix contest where the whole shtick is that you make cool mixes and mashups. I've been involved and active in the community for that just as long. This hasn't exactly been a hobby of mine that has, faded for that 7 or 8 years I've been doing it. And I now run an EDM mashup channel called Bloomshift Mashups, where we sort of display community-made mashups. I'll put it up on screen right now. Go check it out. Fantastic channel if you're into EDM, if you're into mashups, anything of the like. So all this is to say that I'm pretty qualified to talk about this topic, right? This is kind of my thing since, middle school. I'm like in college now. Haven't stopped. Ooh, hello. We got some cool tonality here. But today's topic is why I think mashups might be fundamentally doomed as a form of art, right? And I suppose doomed depends on how you measure success, right? And in this case, I mean doomed as in this will never hit the mainstream as a cool art form. And there's multiple reasons why. This is one of my more coherent rants. Number one is that for the consumer, right? The popularity of mashups relies on the popularity of the song in the mashup. Let's say, ooh, hello. Let's do some weird EQ on this. Now, actually, and let's see if we put this lower. Okay, that's the effector that's messing with it. Ooh, hello. I say we put back the ring on. So, I suppose as an example, right? Ooh, that's kind of a cool tonality. Let's say EDM mashups, right? They're reliant inherently on the popularity of EDM and the songs within EDM. So I can make a fantastic mashup, but if it uses sort of a niche artist or an EDM artist that's not really all that mainstream, whose song isn't popular, hello, who's gonna click on it realistically? Because, if I see, a Paper Skies mashup, I don't know who Paper Skies is. Why am I gonna click on it? And so that's kind of one of the main reasons why I think mashups might be doomed in that sense, in that they can't really stand on their own. For people to discover them, they have to, be using songs that people already know, and that in and of its so the art form just can't stand on its own 2 feet. It relies fully on other people knowing what your songs that you're using are, because otherwise you wouldn't click on the mashup. I'm guilty of this myself, because if I don't know the song, why should I care? Or at least one of the two songs, or many or more songs in the mashup. Now, I think the only counterexample to this is Idols by Virtual Riot, because nothing in the title, if you guys don't know what that is, it's like I think it was made in like the early 2010s. It basically is something Virtual Riot made as a mashup of all of his quote unquote idols. It uses songs like Bangarang, a lot of like Knife Party songs, I think Dead Mouse, where he basically takes a lot of popular songs from the people he's inspired by, mashes them together, and then calls it idols because he was inspired by them, so idols makes sense, right? But there's nothing in the title that gives away that that's like a mashup. And this is the only counterexample to this point I've seen thus far. Um, it's not. I cannot lie to you guys. This sound design jam is off to a rough start. So yeah, that's one of my main points. Not only that, but compared to say, music, like actual music, right, like original songs. It's you can't. Ooh, hello. I feel like this could be like a song, no? Like, hang on, let's lock you in a key, right? And then let's. Okay, this is why I make mashups and not music because clearly my songwriting abilities are not up to par. But compared to say music, right? You can discover them on SoundCloud and YouTube, yes, but then Spotify as well. I believe you can discover them on, Apple Music, stuff like that. Compared to say, music, which you can discover on all kinds of streaming platforms, Deezer, Tidal, Spotify. Mashups, you can't really distribute them, right? Unless you get the permission from the artist, which is really rare. So you're basically stuck to discovering them on YouTube and SoundCloud. And as a result, they just get a whole lot less reach, which is a shame because they can be cool, right? So that in and of itself also kind of dooms the art form as a whole. And yeah, that's kind of my like one of my main points is that it just doesn't have a ton of discoverability. And not only that, as a result, less people are going to be making mashups because you're going to imitate what you see, right? So musicians see other people making music, and so naturally they're going to want to make music. I wish that there was some good tonality in there. What? I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but as a result, less people are going to be making mashups, and so when you don't have as much output, of the art form, less people are going to discover it once again, right? I don't know what I'm doing here, but Hello. So I think there's like an octave range here where it just sounds decent. I lied. That's a complete lie. But yeah, less output means less mashups out there, which means less chance to discover them. So, in theory, they can never really get popular, right? And not only that, sometimes I feel, songs, like original music, is generally considered a lot more impressive to make than mashups, which I agree with. So as a result, it's not really seen as valued as an art form, if that makes sense. Once again, hurts the reach that mashups can have. Um, kind of a terrible sound design session today, I cannot lie. But, you know, does it really, is it, that's not necessarily a bad thing that it's doomed, right? Because, because I, as someone that make mashups and is in the community, I can always appreciate it, right? So does it really matter that it'll never, hit the mainstream or get popular or get views, if you will, and technically speaking, you do see love for mashups and things like the form of like, say, DJ doubles, stuff like that. So, although once again, that does run into the problem of, oh, if nobody in the audience recognizes the song, you're it's like you're not even playing a double, right? But stuff like it's yeah, very incoherent rant today, but that's kind of my thoughts on if mashups are doomed as an art form or not. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you guys or just other stuff you guys want me to talk about in the comments as well. That's gonna be all from me for now, but see you later.